Hey everyone, it's Jeremiah back again with another Tryon's March real-time update for May 10th. 249 years ago today, Tryon's militia was in Orange County, and they were encamped just south of Hillsborough on the south side of the Eno River, what's called the Eno Camp. Now I'm coming to you from the roadbed that led from Tryon's Eno Camp into the town of Hillsborough. It might be sort of hard to tell because of the camera, but just behind me, if you can see on each side, these hills that run up on either side of me, this is the sides of the road, and I'm right in the middle of this roadbed. So Tryon's militia would have marched right over this spot as they were leaving their Eno camp and going into the town of Hillsborough. Now that won't happen until tomorrow. The militia is actually being kept under pretty tight control right now. No man in the militia is allowed to travel into the town of Hillsborough without written permission from one of their commanding officers. So they're staying on the south side of the Eno River, and they've been given some orders while they are encamped here. One of those orders is to wash their linen and also to wash their haversacks. Those are the bags that they use to carry their food. They are trying to get all of their stuff washed and ready for an extended military campaign, because once they leave Hillsborough, they're going to really be out in the backcountry and away from any large settlements or towns, and they're going to be on a sort of a harder military campaign. They're also being instructed to be ready to march at an hour's warning. So again, we see that defensive posture is increasing, and the militia is really ready to confront any sort of threat from the regulators whenever they might come. Tryon is making his best efforts to pull together the final pieces of equipment that are necessary. He's getting together food and putting together the last orders that are going to go out to his army at this time. He's also dealing with increased difficulties that have started since entering Wake County and are only increasing the deeper he gets into regulator country. So with Orange County being one of the hotbeds of regulator sentiment, it stands to reason that he is going to run into more and more problems. And those problems again revolve around his ability to recruit volunteers for his militia. So we already know that Wake County was under strength, and they needed to recruit draftees essentially to bolster those ranks. And today they find out that the artillery contingent is also under strength. Now that artillery is the most important part of the army. It's what gives Tryon his advantage in firepower. So having them be under strength is a huge issue. So on this day, Tryon decides to take the Pitt detachment, the Pitt County militia, and he has them folded into the artillery. So they're going to be serving on guns alongside a contingent of sailors who were raised from the town of Wilmington in the New Hanover district. Sailors, of course, being a little bit more versed in the use of artillery on board ships. They are going to be the best people for the use of artillery in this campaign. While the army is camped in Hillsborough, they are also going to be putting together supplies to make shot bags. Not all of the soldiers have equipment to carry cartridges that they're using for their rifles or for their muskets, and so they are purchasing ticking, gartering, thread, and needles, and those are going to be distributed to the tailors in each detachment to sew together shot bags that are going to be used to carry those cartridges. Now going back to the issues with the understrength militia, the Orange County militia, just like Wake County, is also undersized. When they arrive in Hillsborough, Tryon is expecting approximately 4 companies, about 200 men in that militia. He finds that only 2 companies have been raised. The other 2 companies are still waiting to complete their complement. So what Governor Tryon will do is take those 2 companies that are ready, fold them into the militia, and they will accompany the army as they continue west. That other 2 companies are going to wait at Hart's Mill on the Eno River, just west of town, where they are going to draw the rest of their volunteers. And once they do get to full strength, they're going to head west and they're going to join up with Tryon's militia later on. The army is going to march tomorrow, and they're going to march through the town of Hillsborough. They will have a review through town, and they're going to head west. And their objective at this point is to continue west until they can rendezvous with another loyal militia that is under the command of General Hugh Waddell. Now, Waddell is based out of Salisbury in Rowan County, and it's his job to raise the western county militias from Anson and from Rowan County, and to move them east where they will rendezvous with Tryon's force. Once Tryon's force meets with Waddell's, the two forces will be combined. Waddell, being a military officer with a little bit more experience, is going to take command of that army along with Governor Tryon, and is going to direct the complete force of that combined army against the regulator settlements in Orange, Anson, and Rowan counties to put down this regulator uprising. So Tryon's main objective at this point is to meet up with Waddell. Once he meets up with Waddell, some of his issues with the undersized army are going to be alleviated, and he is going to be able to have a more effective fighting force to put down this regulator uprising. So he's going to push his army to move as quickly as possible, but again, we're going to see some difficulties. Tomorrow they're supposed to leave Hillsborough, but they're actually not going to leave until noon. That's a very late start for an army to be marching. So I'm actually going to be back again from Hillsborough to talk about what was going on 249 years ago on May 11th as the army is moving through Hillsborough and is trying to get into the regulator settlements in Orange County to confront the regulators. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and share. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please be sure to hit subscribe and leave questions for us in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.